Hello students, first of all I would like to introduce myself. My name is Virendra Ajmera. I am a lecturer of English and I am going to teach you lesson 2 Lost Spring. Annie Jung is the author of the chapter Lost Spring. Lost Spring is the metaphor used for the lost childhood. As the spring is the most beautiful season among winter, rainy and summer, because in that season all the benefits of all the seasons can be enjoyed. Similarly, childhood is considered the most fantastic, most beautiful age, because in this age it is a matter of recreation and education only. A child doesn't have to worry for money. What he is going to do, he is only going to get education and he is going to enjoy his life. A lot of stress-free life can be enjoyed in the childhood. So Lost Springs means lost childhood. Annie Jung is the author, meets Sahib. Sahib's full name is Sahib-e-Alam. Sahib-e-Alam means Lord of Universe. While he is a rag picker, he is looking for something valuable in the garbage dumps. When his family has come from Bangladesh, many storms had swept their houses and fields in the Bangladesh. Now they had to take shelter in India. They are presently living in Simapuri. The author asked a question to Sahib, who is a rag picker, that why don't you go to school? Sahib is very frequent in giving the answer that I don't have any school in my neighborhood. If you open a school, I will go there. Then the author makes promise to open a school for Sahib. And one day when he encounters the author, he asks him, where is your school? Why don't you open a school for me? But the promises made with such poor persons are rarely kept. That's why the author feels embarrassed, because she could not keep her promise. She promised Sahib to open a school in the neighborhood, but she could not keep her promise. That's why she feels embarrassed. Sahib with other rag pickers roams, and they appear in the morning and disappear at noon. So many persons in Simapuri don't wear chappals. So a question is asked by the author that why don't you wear footwear? The people say that it is our tradition to stay barefoot. It is our tradition to stay barefoot, that's why we don't wear footwear. But the author doesn't accept the argument of some people that it is their tradition to stay barefoot. She considers a perpetual state of poverty the main reason of it. She does not accept the argument that it is their tradition to stay barefoot. Nearly 10,000 rag pickers live in Simapuri. Simapuri is the place that is on the border of Delhi, but miles away from it metaphorically. As far as the facilities are concerned, as far as the development is concerned, there is no facilities, there is no development, there is no even sewage, running water or any kind of facilities is there. They have to live in a very poor condition. That's why Simapuri is, although at the border of Delhi, but it's miles away from Delhi metaphorically. People in the Simapuri live in the structure of mud with roof of tin and tarpaulin. They have been living there for more than 30 years. They don't have their identity there. They don't have any permit. They are living there illegally. And why do we need any permit? Food is more important for them than their identity. When elders are looking for something valuable in the garbage dump, it's a means of survival for them. They see the garbage dump for searching something valuable. But as far as the children are concerned, the garbage is wrapped in wonder. They not only see something valuable, but also see something, some toys must be there, some chappals or other things, some books that can be found or they can enjoy. That's why it is for elders, it's a means of survival only. They see only point of view of earning money. When elders are looking for something valuable, in the garbage dumps. That is a means of survival for them. But for children, it is not only the means of survival, but also something wrapped in wonder. They are finding some toys or some other things which they can see and enjoy. Now, Sahib changes his work and he starts working at a tea stall. The author encounters Sahib and he sees that he has lost his carefree look. He is now servant. Earlier he was his own master. Although he is paid 800 rupees on all times bills, still he is not happy working at the tea stall because he has lost his freedom. He has now become a servant. The steel canister he carries looks heavier than the plastic bag he carried as a rag picker. Although physical weight is concerned, the steel canister bag is lesser than the plastic bag. But now Sahib has changed his work. He has given up his work as a rag picker and he started working in a tea stall. Now Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall. He has lost his carefree look. He has lost his freedom. Now he has become a servant. Although he is paid there 800 rupees on 3 times meals, that is much more money that he used to earn as a rag picker. But still he is not happy because the steel canister belongs to the master. The plastic bags belongs to the himself. That's why he is not happy working at the tea stall. That is the story of one person, Sahib, a child. Second story belongs to Mukesh. Mukesh belongs to a family of bangle makers. It is the chapter of Firozabad city that is famous for bangle making industry. He wants to become a motor mechanic. He doesn't want to become a bangle maker. But as far as family members are concerned, they are so deepened, they are so conditioned in their mind that if you want to earn money, you will have to be a bangle maker. You will have to make bangles. Otherwise, you won't be able to earn money. That is the thought process of the family members of the Mukesh. But Mukesh thinks totally different. He wants to become a motor mechanic instead of bangle maker. Although that dream is not so big, but it is also a very daring thing to think differently. There are so many hazards working in the glass bangle industries. Workers have to work in high temperature without air and light. It leaves weird effect on their health. Second, they may become blind because of the dust of the glass. The author sees the bangle makers and says to them that why don't you get organized? They said that if we try to get organized, we are held up by police. We are beaten and sent to jail for doing something illegal. There is no leader among us. There is no one who can help us to see things differently. We are caught in the vicious cycle of middlemen, saukars, bureaucrats, government, politicians. So both two boys, Sahib and Mukesh, are the child laborer. So this chapter focuses to eradicate the child labor from the country. They are forced to work in the age that is the age of physical and mental development. That is the age of getting education, in which they are forced to do the work. It takes away kids' opportunity to entertain his life, to develop his mental and physical development. What may be the reasons of child labor? Poverty and unemployment are the two main reasons of child labor. Poverty. When people are poor, they are not in a position to earn money, they are not positioned to maintain the family. They have to send their children for working, earning money. So poverty and unemployment should be eradicated at any cost if we want to eradicate child labor. So many uneducated people, they think about the short-term result. That if I send to my child for work, I will earn so much money, that will help me. They don't think long-term. So education must be provided. Although laws have been enacted, so many laws about child labor have been enacted, but these are not being followed strictly. Those persons who are engaging children as a child laborer must be punished, and government and the people employment opportunity should be given. Childhood is considered the best age of the life that should not be snatched out of the child when he does the child labor. Children of today are the citizens of tomorrow. So if children are getting education, they are physically and mentally developed, the country will also be a developed country. Now some important questions can be discussed about lost spring. What is Sahib looking for in the garbage dumps? Sahib is looking for something valuable in the garbage dump. Where is he? He is in the Simapuri at the border of Delhi. Where has he come from? He has come from Bangladesh. Why is Sahib not happy working at the tea stall? Sahib is not happy working at the tea stall because he has lost his freedom. He has become a servant. Although he is paid there 800 rupees and 3 times of meals, but he has lost his carefree look. He feels steel canister heavier than the plastic bag he used to carry as a rag picker. What explanation does the author offer for the children not wearing footwear? The author does not accept the argument of some people that it is their tradition to stay barefoot. She considers a perpetual state of poverty the main reason of it. She does not accept the argument that it is our tradition. Our forefathers didn't wear footwear, so that's why we are not wearing footwear. She considered that argument. She considered a perpetual state of poverty the main reason of it. Why is Sahib name ridiculous? Sahib name is ridiculous because his full name is Sahib-e-Alam. That means Lord of Universe, while he is a poor rag picker. What makes city of Firozabad famous? Bengal making industry makes city of Firozabad famous. What are the hazards working in the glass Bengal industry? There are so many hazards working in the glass Bengal industry. People have to work in high temperature without air and light. It leaves bad effect on their health. They may become blind because of the dust of the glass. How is Mukesh's attitude different from that of his family? Mukesh's attitude is different that from his family because he wants to become a motor mechanic, not a bangle maker. While the family member of Mukesh thinks that bangle making is the only means of livelihood for them. If you want to earn money, you will have to be a bangle maker. If you can't be a bangle maker, you can't earn money. That is the mindset of the family members of the Mukesh. But he has courage to take initiative, to think differently. And he has so much courage that he wants to become different than a bangle makers. What is the condition of Simapuri? Simapuri is at the border of Delhi, but it's miles away metaphorically because there is no sewage, no drainage, no running water. People who are living there are the rag pickers who came from Bangladesh. They have mud houses with roof of tin and tarpaulin. More than 10,000 rag pickers have been living there for 30 years. They don't have their identity. And food is more important for them than the identity. They live in a very unhealthy condition. No facilities have been provided to them. Their life is full of misery and pain. How can child labor be eradicated? Child labor is the worst crime that can be seen in any country. Because if a child is forced to do the work, his mental and physical development is hampered. He should be allowed to go to school. He should be allowed to for the recreation facilities so that his mind can be developed. In this age, if he is forced to go work, he is loaded with the mental and physical suffering. That is the worst crime. So the child labor must be eradicated. Although so many laws have been enacted by the government, but these laws have not been followed by the people. The people who are engaging children in the child labor, they must be punished severely. They must be punished severely. They must be sent to jail so that they can be held as an example that if we engage a person as a child labor, he will have to suffer so many consequences. A child should be given free education if his parents doesn't have any proper earning capacity.